it's a key moment for SPY. We have ourselves against major resistance. It's declining resistance that goes all the way back to January of last year. We're done with the CPI report for this month. It came in at 6.5%. That's where expectations were at. We didn't get a major response out of the market. Yes, the market finished higher, but it wasn't the big knock your socks off, blow off top kind of a move out of the markets that a lot of people were really expecting today. Instead, it was just kind of a ho-hum kind of reaction to the market. So let's look at the stock market here. Let's look at SPY because there is a key inflection point for SPY right here. And we got to see how it works into tomorrow and into the days ahead. Let's go ahead and pull up these charts. But remember, first off, make sure that you sign up down below by clicking the join button to get all of my stock market research and videos that I send out to members only each and every day. You're going to get videos like this, but you're going to get more of them in more detail, including different trade ideas, watch lists. You're going to get big tech updates as well as additional market updates. So click join down below to get more information on that. Now, SPY, downtrend. This is the key moment for this market here. Can it break above this declining trend line? You can see we're breaking above the 200-day moving average here, or we're at least trying to, but it couldn't hold it into the close. While it broke above it intraday, it has to be able to sustain that move into the close. Now, if it does that, it still has to break through this resistance. And as we've seen time and time again, even last CPI report couldn't break and sustain that move above the declining trend line. And we tried it again in November, and we tried it again in August, and then again in March. And each time it has failed. So this is important. There's a lot of good long setups out there, some ones that I want to take, but I'm not taking it if we're sitting right underneath this major resistance level, because if we can't break above that resistance level, most of your trade setups are not going to work either. So you have that. Then you have this rising trend line, and this is what the bears have really got to watch here, because even if we get a rejection off of the declining resistance, we still have to break below this rising trend line. So it's okay. It's one thing to be able to fade this move off of the resistance if it shows that it cannot break through that declining resistance. And so if you fade it, great. But you got to make sure that it can break through this rising trend line. If you can't and you're starting to get a hard bounce off of it, that would be the time for me to want to cover those shorts. So really intriguing time here. This area here, this area between the resistance and the support is going to continue to get more and more narrow each and every day. And so if it doesn't break out tomorrow and it doesn't break out next week, that band is going to eventually, because it's tightening, it's going to force price to make a decision one way or the other in terms of how it's going to break out or if it's going to break down. But right now you got resistance at the 200-day and you got this declining resistance to be mindful of. Now look at the VIX, because the VIX has been really interesting here, and you're getting a lot of reversals off of some of these extremes that we've seen. In the past, you would see the VIX hover in the lower teens or in the mid-teens for a long time, for months, if not years at times. But over the past year, you've seen us get down to these extremes and maybe only last a few days before we reverse back to the upside. Here again, about a week, and then we reverse to the upside. In December, we only stayed there for about a day and before we reversed higher and had the 5th worst December on record. But look what it did today following the CPI report. Obviously, a lot of people were expecting a big move out of the market and a big move because of the CPI report. That didn't happen. Decline resistance once again rejected the price action on the VIX. But look what it did. It finished down below 19. That is a huge, huge move. So what happens here? Do we eventually signal a reversal back to higher for the VIX and to the downside for the markets? Because this is a key area for this index here. It doesn't matter if it's breaking down. That's not even the key. It doesn't matter if it breaks below this resistance level. What's really important is the fact that because the VIX acts more as an oscillator, you're not going to like see rapid long-term increases over time or decreases over time. It just kind of vacillates between one extreme to the other. So we're at an extreme here, at least from what we've seen over the past year. Can it break back to the upside here? Very important. Now, the other one is T2108. Look at this. Heavy resistance, and it's testing it on the T2108. For those who don't know what that is the percentage of stocks trading above their 40-day moving average. We're at 72% here. We reversed last time at around 74%. And then again here in August, we hit 80% before we reversed to the downside. So this is a pretty significant level, and we're testing it once again. So all in all, Market's made a good run over the past week. It's really just been a 1 week rally here. We've rallied 4 out of 5 days on the S&P 500. We've rallied 5 straight days with the IWM, and then with the Qs, we have managed to rally for 5 straight days as well. But how long can that really last when you have such heavy resistance lingering with SPY here? So SPY has that resistance just overhead. Will it be able to break through? That's the key question. When that happens, that's when it's going to be, for me at least, it's going to be more okay for me to get bullish on this market, because that's going to be a huge resistance hurdle that it will have cleared. If you enjoyed this video, I'd encourage you to like and subscribe. Hit that bell button down below so you can be notified when I do these videos. And don't forget to hit the join button down below. Tell me in the comments, what do you think is going to happen between now and that CPI report? And God bless you all, and thank you very much for watching.